Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Monday to my studio in Montreal to our live streaming. I really appreciated what you joined me. That's great. So today I'm in my studio. That's why I have a chance to make the live streaming. And we today stay in Canada. The picture what we use today for the painting, it's made just a couple of days ago by my wife Oksana. She's an amazing photographer, and I use a lot of reference what she took around the world. So I will show you the picture. That will be a really amazing view, and you feel the cold weather. So this is how it's look like. You see, it's just maybe 10 minutes walk from my house. This is the you see the Saint Laurent River behind the bridge. So cold and beautiful sunset. That's what we will try to paint together. And before we start, just a few more things. If you go to my website watercolor.com, check the schedule of the workshops for the this year and the next one. Honestly, almost all of them already full and sold, but we still have some spots, and it's a live schedule, so you can check if you have a chance to join me somewhere around the world. Please do it, because it's always different subjects, interesting things, and a lot of theory and ideas. So I just want to tell you it's a live schedule, so you can check the dates which is fits for you. And today for our project I use the Baohong Masters paper, this one. Just don't be wrong. Not all the Baohong paper really good quality. Like other company, they make a different paper. So we're talking about the Master's Choice or Master's paper. Depends on the which country you can find it. It's available on my website as well. So that's the paper what I use, rough. And as usual, the Daniel Smith paint. Just 6 colors for whole that project. I will name it. You should know what I'm gonna use. That will be Quinacridone D Bolt, Quinacridone Sienna, Pyrrol Violet, Indigo, Cobalt Blue, and Phthalo Blue Green shade. So just the 6 colors, and we'll try to fit in that. And as usual, you see I have a technical support. If you have any questions about whatever you want, just ask me, type it in the chat. I have a technical support, so I hear your questions, and that's how we can talk. And it's it's for me, it's always pleasure to start a week like that with that conversation, because sometimes you ask a very interesting questions. And the last thing what I want to tell you before we start to create that project, I will use that to my main brushes, flat one, and calligraphy brush. It's a traditional Chinese calligraphy brush. Yeah, you can see that here, and pointy liner. So that's all what we need for brushes for whole that project. And we have a beautiful trees here. And one of the most interesting challenge, it's the gradient. I will show you the picture again. Look, we have a gradient from on the bottom line. Yellowish orange mixes, more yellowish, but on top it's like a real phthalo color or Prussian blue. But if we start to create that gradient, it's very easy to make the green sky, which is not really nice. So that's why it's very important this time to choose the right order of the colors. So I'm start from the yellow mix, Quinacridone Sienna Deep Gold. After that, I switch to Cobalt, because the Cobalt is pretty cold color, never make a green. From the Queen Sienna, it's grayish mix. And right after the Cobalt, I can add the Phthalo pigment or Prussian blue if you don't have a Phthalo. That helped me to create that gradient and avoid the green color. Okay, so ready to go? Again, any questions, just let me know. So, this is the piece of paper. I'm already wet the back side. This is the 15 by 11 inches, so it's a quarter. Full of water inside, dry outside. As usual, I don't want to make the sketch, but compared to the picture, here is it. You see, I put the my horizon line a little bit more lower. It will be better for the composition, so somewhere there. So that means my sketch will be look like something like that. So this is the dark line. Now I know how to organize my space around. And if you're not subscribed to that channel, please do it now, because it's a lot of new information coming all the time. And if you don't want to miss it, and if you don't mind, please give us a like, because that helps to other people to find that video. And the main question of the composition, the sun. So that's my ring. I just put it here and try to find a good point for that. So yeah, that will be great. So this is my composition, the horizon line and the sun. That's all what I need. So now we can start to paint. So that's easy trick, right? And we go into the Queen Sienna on the bottom. I switch to the little bit bigger brush. It's really beautiful sunset, very nice. And I feel the cold here. It's Canada, you know, the Montreal. Today, by the way, we are lucky. We have just -2 degrees, so it's not that bad. And wash out to bring some light here. Hello, Netherlands. Welcome to join me. Thank you. And we have a beautiful bridge here. So let's make the shape for that. Great. So that's exactly the trick what I'm talking about. So for now I have a just Queen Sienna here. There is no deep gold anymore. And from this I can start to add the Cobalt. And because of that it will be nice soft gray color, but there is no green here. You see that, right? And slowly I'm starting to add the phthalo pigments here. More phthalo. And more. If we want to make it more deep, I add just a little bit indigo on top. That helps to create some darkness. Okay, I got the question about the colors what I'm using. You know, all the colors what I'm using you can find in that box. So this is the 10 tubes. That's exactly what I have on my palette, plus just the 2 guys extra, but I'm always changing that colors. It's just extra things. So this is exactly the 10 colors what I'm using all the time for my paintings. And for now I use, you can see it here, that's the Quinacridone Deep Bold, Quinacridone Sienna, Pyrrol Violet, Phthalo Blue Green shade, Cobalt, and Indigo. So that guys I use for that project. Thank you, Sabine, to join me today. I appreciate it. So the darkness I will keep for the next step. For now we're going to paint these eyes, and that's look really truly amazing. The same trick. Look, I'm starting from the deep gold. I use it here, and I use a lot of dry brush strokes. So that's helped me to show the texture. Switch to the Queen Sienna. You see I clean my palette just to make the process a little bit more visible. And we go into the Cobalt. In the beginning I just cover the big shape here, and after that we build some different variations inside. Yeah, Agnieszka, yes, you're absolutely right. The Prussian blue is perfect for that. The difference is just the phthalo color, a little bit more colorful, saturated, brightly. So that's why I prefer to use the phthalo pigments compared to the Prussian. But they're very close together. Just one thing you should know. Normally, the phthalo colors, very stable, very stunning. It's almost impossible to lift them, except the pigments from the Daniel Smith. So if you don't use the Daniel Smith, better to use the Prussian. That's definitely. But as I say, for the Daniel Smith, it can be wash out, lift. That's why it's good for that. So that's my basic things here. Some lights, and you know, just have to keep the direction for the shadows like that from the sunlight. Honestly, not from the sun, from this point. So that's how it works, including the lightnings. Okay. Hello, Mexico. So I'm organized the light part here. We just finished the shape of the bridge with the same cobalt for now. And it's still wet. You can see that the pigment's moving. You know, it's a nice shape, but I don't want to fix it. It's look good. I like it. So now I'm slowly starting to create the some shadows there, and it's basic mix. It's still indigo, a little bit Queen Sienna. So that's the good combination for that. A little bit cobalt inside. So we're starting from here. Again, just keep the direction. Kimberly, I got your question. Yes, thank you for thank you for your words. I like my pellets as well. Yeah, we're not selling that in special, but if you need some pens, empty pens to change it, just send me the message and I can organize the delivery for you. So it's possible. Personally, normally I never change my pens. I just fill the new colors. But yeah, if you want to do that, we can do this. Hello, South Africa. Wow, it's people around the world. That's cool. Barbara, thank you so much for your kind words. So that's my first dark touch in here, and that's the shadow, but it's pretty colorful shadow. And should be pretty dark as well. Hello, Sherbrooke. Hello, Philadelphia. Welcome, and thank you for your kind words. Yeah, good question about the phthalo. That's right. So you see, that's the point. It's a limited numbers of colors, but they're good selected, and they perfectly works together. Some of them themselves look not really nice, but it's great for the mixing and for the combination. Hello, Montreal. So now I'll make some dark points here, and we go into the bottom part of the shade. Okay, and you see I use washout. As I say, even the phthalo pigments can be lifted if we're talking about the Daniel Smith paint. So you see I can do that, and let's make the nice feeling of the shiny light there. Good morning, Caroline. Yep, I will be there soon. Thank you very much. I'm look forward to that. By the way, I was a couple of times on the plein air in the North Carolina, and one of the biggest problem there is the humidity. Because the paper just not drying, even if you put it directly on the sunlight, it's always challenge. And I can tell you the personal secret. For the plein air like that, and we have a lot of humidity in the air, I change my paper. So normally I never paint on the Fabriano paper because it's drying so fast and it's not fits to my style. But in that weather condition, it's always good solution to use the Fabriano paper. It's drying fast, but if we have a lot of humidity, that's great solution to finish your artwork. In other case, you will be in trouble. And for now, you see I'm organized the big shapes, and I'm trying to blend it with an almost dry brush. So in my left hand, I'm always lift the water, and we try to blend it a little bit to make the softness. Hello, Norway. So we have 65 people. Thank you very much for joining me today. And if you don't mind, please give us a like, because again, it helps other people to find that video and give a chance to talk together. Just a little bit more darker accents here. Nice. So we organize the bottom part. I left a little bit more lights compared to the reference photo. I like it. I like the light here. So we can do it even more. And wash out. and this part, the border. Here is a lot of details, and for that I need a pretty dark mix, and to create the beautiful details I'm switched to the calligraphy brush. Mostly it's the mix between Indigo and Queen Sienna. It's just a dark mix, and somewhere a little bit Cobalt. Let's go to do that, and I just follow in the shadows what I'm already create there. Hello, Vancouver. Hello, Virginia. Yeah, you're lucky you don't have that snow and coldness, right? It's a sunny state. We're starting to create that darkness, and that darkness help us to show the lights better. As usual, you know, if you want to create the bright light, you have it just one way: make the dark shadows. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. Yes, that's right. Thank you for your question. That's the Lachine channel. That's absolutely correct. And so this is the small piece of the channel of the water with the eyes, and this is the tiny line of the island, and right after that we have a big Saint Laurent. Yes, and I like that place. I'm walking here all the time. It's really beautiful. Kimberly, really? It was a cold? Yeah, coldness in Virginia. Yeah, the climate is changed. That's true. Sometimes it's just unpredictable. And we have some kind of, let's say, forest behind, and I want to make it pretty softly, so that's why I switched to the dead flat brush again. That's another one line of the contrast, and you see that going to the sunlight I switched to the more orange mixes again, so that helped me to show the color of the light here. And some soft trees on that side. For this I'm again using the dry brush strokes mostly. That's why I really like the texture of the Baohong paper here. Plus you should know from the same brand, the rough paper dries slowly compared to the cold pressed paper from the same brand or hot pressed. It just because more space between fibers. So I'm trying to use it, and if it's drying slowly, I have a more time to play with my pigments. That's what I'm looking for. And we're starting to create our trees here. And I start to organize my bridge there. That's another one kind of trick. I will make my bridge in the few steps. I know here is a lot of details, but we know what is that, but honestly we don't see them. So I'm just trying to make some suggestions and use your imagination compared to create everything by myself. And you know, it's from my point of view, it's very important for each project to choose the right materials, right brushes, right color mixing, because it's, you know, honestly, it's a 70% of the success. One mistake, you will be in trouble with everything, with the materials, with the colors, with the brushes, with everything. So it's very, very important. And all that area is still wet, but I switch to the pointy brush to create a few details here before I'm going to organize the darkness around. And the last thing, I just blended somewhere to create something like a mist feeling. And the last thing, our trees here. For this, I don't want to wait. I just make my paper here a little bit more dry. I just use that guy for that. Sorry, it really kills your painting, and I never use it normally when I'm painting my studio myself, but just to speed up the process. Yep. But normally it's much better if you give a time to pigments, water, and paper to build good relationship. So for the trees, I use the two brushes in the same moment. I use one flat brush to blend my spots by water, and that guy to create the shapes what I'm looking for. Kimberly, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So that's the idea. See, I create some spots here, and after that I connect it to my background to make the softness. Later I back to that to add some lines with a liner, but for now I just create the big shapes. And we have a nice tree here, you can see that on the reference. To make this I just use the same brush in a little bit different way, so I make my strokes in that direction. And as before, just soft connection. Later I back to that part with a more pointy brush to add the details. So for now, I mean, I'm trying to care about the big shapes still. You see, I'm almost destroying my brush. You see that the shape, I make like a full circle twist. But no worries, because it's a calligraphy brush and it's a double here inside with a wolf, which is pretty strong here. Nothing happens. It's this brush survive. Blend it again. Now I have to make some dark strokes for the trees, for all the things, because the darkness here is very important to create a nice contrast. And we have here another one line of the darkness there. And for now, the time to switch to the pointy layer to make all that beauty what we have there. I really like that place. For this step, if you want to repeat something like that, try to leave your brush to dance. Don't make the perfect shapes yourself. Your brush really have to dance. you know, then you're doing something like that. It's like a secret how to use the liner. We have two solutions. One, if you hold it just like that, like normal pen, then you sign your paycheck. In that case, I use my finger to slide on the paper and keep the equal distance, so that's under control. Or other position, if I hold my pen like that, my brush, and in that case, less control, it's going to dance just like that. So this way or that way, up to you. We just create some noise here. Добрый вечер, Наталья. I just make some dark strokes here because it's very important to go out of the paper. We have to believe what the world here is exist. So that's why it's important. And on the first line of the bridge, I want to add a little bit more touching here. And just few more darker touching to create the biggest contrast, because the pigments, you know, some of them going inside the paper and we lost the contrast somewhere, so I have to add it, special here. So we have a nice feeling of the winter in Lachine. Now you know how it looks like and how it feels like. And just a few last touch in there to reorganize what we already have. Well, from my point of view, we don't have to do more. Maybe just add some darkness for that tree, just a little bit. It helps me to show the control light for the sun. Yeah, that's good. And the last point, we are always responsible for everything what we're doing, right? So we're done with that. See, it's pretty simple picture, but I'll did my best to explain the feeling of the light and coldness, and it's look like exactly the winter in Lachine, in that place where I'm living. So be my guest. So now you know how it's look like. And thank you very much for your time. We still, if you still have a question, it's the time to ask me. I'm still there. If you have any ideas, that's what I want to ask you. If you have any ideas and subjects about the next live streaming, just tell me that, send me the message in the chat, and maybe it will be interesting ideas and we will try to do that together. And I just want to remind you, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do that, because in that case you never miss the new live stream demos or videos. And for the people who wasn't with me in the beginning of the live streaming, you can go to the website watercoloronline.com. click on the workshops point, and you will find all the list of the workshops for this year and for the next one. Again, on some of them we still have spots and places. If you have a chance, join me. It's always interesting things. And again, thank you very much for your time, for your questions, and enjoy the winter, because that's still beautiful time of the year. Thank you, stay healthy, and see you soon. Bye bye.